Hello, world. Welcome back to Roll and Keep here at Fandom Tabletop. We're so happy that you guys are here. I am joined by this absolutely incredible group of which I am the absolute least important because look at this lineup. We've got Aliza Pearl, we have Cam Banks, we have Vanessa Guerrero, and of course we have the narrator for our current miniseries, Eidolon Alpha, Mellie Doucette. Hey, Mellie.
Hi, Joe. It's actually GM. I mean, if we're going to use the right terminology.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, what did he say?
Oh, jeez. All right,
narrator.
Rules Mama.
That's just for Tales of Zadia, so...
My bad. Well, here's why. I actually screwed up intentionally because I also wanted to remind people that while we're not running Tales of Zadia right now, Tales of Zadia is still available for pre-order. We're dropping the link in the chat right now. If you're watching in the future on YouTube, that link is in the description. Thank you guys so much for being here and supporting that rad game. And of course, if you want to pick up a copy of Cortex Prime, of which Cam Banks is the lead developer of, you can do that as well. Links are available as well. That's not the only way.
Right there.
Yep, that guy. Where is he? Can I point at him?
Yeah, we're learning our Brady Bunch box positions.
Yeah.
I got him. Point at that.
Yeah!
Point at that. Cool,
Spill my
rules.
tea on you, Cam. Nope, just kidding. That spills it on me.
But hey, you know what, guys? While we dump liquids on Cam virtually, you also have another way to pick up a copy of the Cortex Prime Handbook. We're doing giveaways. Heroic successes trigger giveaways throughout this stream, so make sure you're looking out for those. I don't think I have any other business, so I say we just... Well, we might. Mellie's making a face at me. That's the face that Mellie makes when I'm screwing up royally.
No. I was getting my right tabs up, but I guess, yeah, I mean, that is, I'll take the moment. You can take the moment, too.
No, you take the moment back and you tell them about Tales of Zadia Jasper's Game Day.
Yeah, for Jasper's Game Week, we are, well, not all of us, but Cam and I are going to be participating in Jasper's Game Week, May 7th at 4 p.m. PT in a Tales of Zadia stream, which is going to be Cam as GM. I'm playing. We got D'Angelo Murillo, we've got Alicia Marie, and we got 2 seats. 2 of them up for auction that you could be sitting in digitally and playing with us. So if that sounds like something you would be interested in, I do believe we will be able to arrange some links in the chat and all that and on the YouTube, and definitely come and join us for that. And if you're not wanting to play or you don't win the auction, you can also just watch it on May 7th, and that will also be amazing.
That's going to be super awesome. I'm super super proud and excited that Tales of Zadia is going to be a part of Jasper's Game Week. Jasper's Game Day, if you're not aware, an incredible organization. We'll be dropping links as well. I always feel bad for the mods whenever I'm like, we're dropping links, because I never remember to tell them that we're going to be dropping links. I'm the most hated person in this company. Friggin' link dropper. That said, that's enough from the annoying link dropper. Mellie, the floor is yours.
Yes. So, quick recap. After Delphine's associates, the sibling mercenaries, Corax and Onyx, return to the group corrupted by a strange force known as Skotos. Our heroes quickly neutralized the threat that they posed. Though none of them could speak to exactly what was wrong with the 2, Ectonios knew well enough that the emptiness that he witnessed inside of the 2 was both ancient and dangerous, and he advised that they should all travel to Ophelium, the Wyvern city-state where an oracle that he knew of could possibly help. Zephyrinus, not quick to trust at all, took flight, but was followed by the nothingness itself from Corax and Onyx, taking the form of whispers and the voice of a young boy that seems very dear to him. Carrying that emptiness with him and its will to destroy the scrolls carried by Lysandra, Zeph rejoined the group and all traveled together to the Wyvern city-state. There, they met the Oracle, a Wyvern endarch with these prophetic dreams who paints them upon the walls of the temple's cavern called Zotikos. He advised the group of their importance, the identity of Skotos, and though he could not read the scrolls that Lysandra brought, he believed he had the solution for that as well. In ancient ruins in the depths of the sea, occupied by, so stories say, 3 fates. As our heroes are ready for a meal together to sort through this glut of information and destiny, none noticed that the dark pigments of the walls grow blacker and blacker until they resemble a void more than darkness. And none notice how Zephyrinus has brought Skotos into this holy place. Not yet, anyways. Elsewhere, something not quite as dark, not as near a void, are the waters of the Sea of Corsi by night. Waves catch the light of the moon and stars with each undulation, and navies turn to amber by the light of the torches aboard a large trireme that cuts a path through the deep. Rowers draped in fabrics of orange and beige and teal hum in tune with one another and their strokes, trying not to let the buzzing tune and rocking ocean lull them to sleep. As a distant lighthouse makes itself seen, the captain opens the door to the above-deck cabin. A woman sits within, wild curls of orange hair tumbling around her shoulders like a mane, and a golden band around her forearm, which is stamped with the symbol of a chimera, seems to denote her as someone like Lysandra, a mutarch, an endarch of the chimera. We'll arrive by mid-morning, High Priestess Damaris, he tells her, and she smiles and waves to dismiss him, and only when he leaves does she draw a foot-long box from within a sheath of purple fabrics, and only after waiting another moment to ensure that she is alone and that no one can hear, she opens it. The candles around her dim, as if becoming veiled suddenly, and we only see from behind as she leans in towards the box and says, "It shall be soon done, Evandra, and then your work can truly begin." We cut back to the Wyvern Temple, where the Oracle, Delphine, Actonios, Lysandra, and Zephyrinus partake in a hearty meal of spiced meats and honeyed fruits and fresh bread. The Oracle, Zotkos, continues speaking. In the morning, we can see about arranging a ship. A guide. I, of course, will not go with you. I imagine, like I was saying before, that we all die whenever I'm too heavily involved in all of this. But then you'll be able to get those scrolls translated, fulfill my vision for you as intended, just as I hoped. Sounds good? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad, Lysandra, that you've chosen to shed your lizard skin for us for finally.
Honestly, I'm pretty thrilled too. The last time I was anything for 24 hours, I got a little bit weird after. Considering now all I'm really craving is fries instead of honey.
What do you mean by a little bit weird?
So one time I was a house cat for like a day, and the next day I couldn't stop knocking over things off of shelves at like 3 a.m. So I'm feeling a little lizardy.
Okay, that is a little bit weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Noted.
So
I suppose it's getting nearly time to tuck in for the night. I do like to get an early night, so I get as many dreams in as possible. But is there anything else that I feel like it all makes sense. I feel like we all understand each other very deeply. But if you have any questions for me, I'm happy to try to answer them.
When you have your visions and the various alternate pathways into the future that you've seen, the ones that don't involve you, the ones that we don't die.
There's one of those, yes, one.
Yeah, yes, that's just one. Is your assistant with us, or is she also here still?
Well, to be fair, it's less, I have a clear... You know dreams. You've had them. Dreams are a little more, loosey-goosey. They don't really have an exact, I don't see you all exactly doing things in an exact order in a way that makes sense. I see representations. I don't think I've seen a representation of Phoebe, but no, I mean maybe. But She could have been teeth.
I'm just throwing this out there as an idea. I mean, I think maybe one of those things that you could do if you don't want to go along yourself. And we would really appreciate it if you didn't, because we don't want to die. But
Yes, me neither.
you know, I mean, just maybe consider sending Phoebe along, because I think we as endarchs have a lot of important work to do, going to this place under the water and talking to mythological fates and beings that aren't real and so on, and having Phoebe around to just, I don't know, answer some questions that someone might have about priestly things, assuming we don't remember all the things that are priestly and all the knowledge and facts and scholarly understanding that we should probably know, being endarchs.
So send Phoebe with you. My assistant Phoebe with you.
You probably aren't doing a lot right now, since we're already here and we've answered the call, and now we're going off to do the thing that you had thought about. So take a break, maybe lie down for a bit. Phoebe, probably going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know where she went, but we'll find her. We'll tell her to pack a bag, and by morning you can all set off. I mean, I don't really need her. She brings clean water sometimes for the paints.
It's just an idea. It's just a thought. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh no, take her. Great, love it. Well, if that's all, I mean, we find her, and she can set you up to rest for the night, and then we'll get to dreaming. Lysandra, though, now that you're not a lizard, I wanted to, share something with you, a book that I think you'll like. You like books, right? I feel like I've seen, like a worm and pages, and I just kind of assumed, yes, that's you, because the worm was on fire, and that just made sense.
I love books. Not when they're on fire, but I love them.
Yes, well, it wasn't the book, it was you. So come with me. And he kind of leads you off from the group. Once you're far enough away, he's kind of jabbering on as he walks in the way that he does. But eventually he stops, kind of feeling like, gone far enough. Hello. I may not have been entirely truthful to your friends today.
I'm sorry?
Well, I was mostly truthful, but I don't know why exactly. I just I worry sometimes about just, throwing information at just anybody, because everyone uses it differently and everybody has different capabilities. But you seem very wise. So...
Flattery always comes before weird news.
Look, I just feel somebody that refuses to take a human form until they really feel safe might be someone who will protect information that same way, yes? And these are your scrolls that I want to talk to you about.
All right, I'm listening.
All right, so the scrolls. I said I couldn't read them, which is true. Mostly.
Okay.
They're like nothing I've ever seen before. The language, it is ancient. It is something very archaic, but it also has aspects of things familiar to me. Of the Wyvern script, but just pieces, bits and tiny pieces. I wouldn't be able to sort it out. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
But perhaps, I mean, I'm no priest. You are, right? You're kind of a scholar of sorts.
I can't read it either. I've seen hundreds of languages, ancient and old, but it's so cryptic to me.
Yes, well, I find sometimes that when I don't like how something's looking when I'm painting it, that if I change the angle, if I get a chair, or I get my tail out and I just kind of hang myself from the ceiling a bit so I can flip it around, I notice exactly why, because I'm seeing it differently.
You want me to flip over the scrolls?
Or just, think about it in a different way, because it's not necessarily a language. But anyways, just a thought. I thought I would tell you, because they're yours. It's your scrolls, so hopefully that helps. Or something.
This has been a very illuminating conversation.
Well, I am very happy to help in any way that doesn't get all of us killed, so you are welcome. And he turns away and then stops for a second. Back down. You'll find your way. It's not too hard. I'm gonna paint a bit before bed. So, and we cut to Eftonios and Zeph. You have been guided not by Phoebe. Phoebe hasn't been quite found yet, but by some of the other temple maidens. They bring you into a chamber that's just kind of made with simple bedding, but it is nice and there's like incense burning. It's clearly for guest endarchs to come and kind of stay here. And these people set you up in this chamber and kind of leave you two alone. Do you want to do anything with that time?
Can I take the padding off of this? Is it like stone? What's the bed look like?
Yeah, it'd be like just kind of a satchel sort of situation stuffed with dry grasses. So it's not super comfortable, but then they've covered it with more like a velvet sort of
Yeah, but I
sheet.
mean, under all that, what is it?
Oh, it's on the floor. It's on the stone floor.
Yeah, I'll just get rid of all that. We sleep on the floor in the bedroom.
You just pull up the sack and just kind of toss it to the side.
Yeah.
Floor, perfect.
What's this about?
I look up and realize Tony's doing the exact same thing as me. We both just immediately went to work. Just really dive barring up this room, I guess.
So maybe tell me more about your awkward life.
There's nothing really to tell.
There's got to be something. I mean, come on, man. Look, you fly around, you do these things, you attack people out of nowhere, you jump around, you've got the problem with your voice because it's the horse. What's sounding better, I have to tell you, probably what's happening is that all that good food you've been having now, clearing it right up. So I can tell you all about the way I look my life with my family and the tragedy and
For one thing, there's nothing wrong with my voice. I'm not sick. I use that voice when I'm intimidating lowlifes and thugs.
Yep, that's good. So, but anyway, but before that, obviously something has inspired you to become this grim hunter of the evening, and I'm really excited to hear more about it because we should be quite familiar with each other's cultures. I mean, we've been allies. I mean, obviously the Griffins and the Gorgons. It's like this, right?
I don't have familiar people in my life.
Really?
It only leads to pain.
What
I
about
can't do it.
Oh, I didn't know I could turn pink.
Sorry.
I'm like, yeah, that does. I've had that. I've had pain too. Dark, crushing, collapsing, stony pain.
Yeah.
But you get over it because you have to, because that's the job. So anyway, more about how you got to this point. Are you feeling a little better about this whole meeting? We all got together. We're gonna have Phoebe.
I don't feel good about anything. You show up out of nowhere and gather us together like some kind of weird cult leader, and then bring us to this place where we're painted on the walls by some even weirder cult leader who, I don't know, in the middle of dinner announced that he needs some time to paint his undies before he goes to sleep. Who knows what's going to happen to make sure the door is locked, because I don't trust sleeping in this place one bit.
Now
Now we're going off on some boat.
I understand now. Yes, when someone gives you context and structure, that's that thing. When things are solid and real, it's scary, isn't it? Isn't it scary? Well, I'll tell you what. You spend some time in Iadrum and you understand that solidity is the real stasis. It's better for you.
I gave up stasis a long time ago, Tony.
I think you should spend a bit of time here this evening, and I can tell you all about it because I've got a lot that I can say.
And
I have a feeling I have to hear it.
And as you say that, the curtain kind of parts a bit as one of the maidens returns and has just this little tray with these wooden cups and sets it down. We thought we'd bring just some hot water and honey. It should help your voice. Then we leave the room and we cut to Delphine as you've been kind of led down to your own room, and you have a little bit of time in there alone before Lysandra was brought in. Is there anything that you wanted to do before Lysandra shows up?
Yeah, can you tell me what all is in the room? Just major objects?
Totally, yeah. So simple, there's a couple of those kind of bed sacks with velvet on top of them for comfort. There's just sort of this, I don't want to say like it's a dais exactly, but there's just like this raised area that is set up with a kind of just circular structure that depicts kind of the whole Decantheon. But then as well, there's a like specific statuette of like the wyvern there, and there's burning incense that has this very like spicy scent, but otherwise it's pretty simple in here, and there's no windows or anything because you're in the middle of a cave, so it's just this water basin, and that's what it is.
Okay, I'm gonna probably just wash up in the water basin a little bit and then go over to one of the sleep sack mattresses, and I definitely sleep like a cow or something. Well, I guess I don't know. I repose like a cow on my all fours, haunches like this, so that my horns don't like puncture the mattress or scrape against the floor. So that's how I sleep. So I'm gonna get in that position and kind of get cozy and just kind of think about everything that's happened over the past day or so.
Yeah, for sure. Once you start to kind of get comfortable, Lysandra, you kind of open the curtain, you're guided over there, and you enter, and you see Delphine in there, and this is kind of like your first time alone since, like, hey, you hunted me, and, oh, you blew fire at me, and also tried to do a fear thing to me. This is just, okay, we're roomies now. Do you guys do anything before you head to bed?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't had our small talk moment yet. Hey, so you don't think they probably have like a warm rock to sleep on around here, do you?
Well, maybe you could warm up the stone floor and just sleep on that.
I want to say it's a lizard. I want to say it's some leftover lizard stuff. So should probably only be for a night or so. Hey, I'm sorry I tried to scare you back there. I was literally a cornered animal, so.
Oh, yeah, I understand. It's all right. We were both just doing what we thought was right.
So, what's your read on everyone else? I feel like we haven't really had a chance to sit and settle.
Well, I mean, listen, me personally, I'm a straight shooter, and I don't think everyone really believes that I'm that way, like Zephyrinus, for instance. I don't know, he seems to think there's some, like, secrecy that all of us are holding back or something from him, or Doesn't seem like he trusts us very much.
Yeah, and I don't really think it's personal either. I think it's just his general on-setting. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been chased as much since I've started hanging out with you guys, so I feel like the scales are tipping in his favor.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
What was it that made you take those scrolls in particular? With everything else burning down, why those scrolls?
They felt important in a way that everything else was. I mean, it was. I've read every single one of those books in that library a million times. Not well enough that I can actually recreate any of it, and it hurts to think about how lost to time it is, but those scrolls were the only things I couldn't read in there. And something about it just felt like special. Like I had to make sure that it kept going because maybe someone can read them. And I don't know. It's the closest thing you can get to making sure somebody's words live forever. And those felt like they were around an especially long time.
I can appreciate that. The mystery of what might be in those scrolls.
Yeah. I think the mystery is what has me still going. That and just can't wait to wake up feeling real normal and not like doing tiny push-ups anytime I'm scared.
Or like you're gonna lose your tail if someone steps on it.
God, I keep checking for that thing and I know it's not there, but I feel it.
So, I can only imagine.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, once I swear myself to someone's protection, then you can count on me. I do have an employer who I'm going to need to confront about all this, but...
Yeah. Well, I know who you can turn to if you need to scare the pants off of him. Unless he's a toga guy, and then I'll scare the toga off of him.
Well, she's kind of a well-to-do lady.
So not a ton she's afraid of, probably.
No, probably not.
I can find it.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling she's gonna probably run into us at some point, so we'll see.
Well, have a good night, I guess, for our first normal night since meeting.
Yeah. Good night.
And for most of you, it is normal. Actually, maybe a little bit better than normal. There's almost a thing with this echo that you can feel and you hear. There's a bit of a hum to it when you really just calm your mind and listen. And right now, it's not just this one piece of the echo that you're sensing. These other parts, it's like they're coming together, forming into one thing. Except there's one piece of it that isn't contributing to a harmony. There's one piece that's just a little bit dissonant. It's a little bit off. And while 3 of you feel somewhat relaxed in your sleep, like you found the path that your Eidolon wants you to be on, Zephyrinus, you feel really nothing to this connection. You don't feel this connection. The echo is sort of just a buzz, just a droning sound in the back of your mind, but it's not like these whispers that sound like him, the whispers that kind of talk to you in your ear that Actonios can't hear, but that you know are real, and they're there, and they'll guide you. In the morning, you awaken to a bit of a clamor happening in the temple. People are moving around, and you hear voices outside of your rooms trying to be a little hushed, but not quite. That there are people who are looking for you four, or specifically more than you four, Lysandra. There are say probably gruffer voices, guards or warriors of some kind who are demanding to be taken to you, and there are priests and priestesses who are trying to sort of deal with the situation and calm it down and keep them from getting to you right away. And one of the kind of maidens gets into your room, Delphine and Lysandra. There's some of our guards are here. There's a woman from the Chimera City State, and she says she's here to arrest you, Mutark.
Arrest us?
Well, you.
Me.
Yes. She says that you stole something, and well, she's here. She's brought a ship, and they are to take you. And well,
is her name?
We are. Yes, I believe so. A high priestess.
Boss of yours.
Right.
That's my employer. Well, former employer now. We should probably get out of here without her seeing us. No, you didn't hear that, by the way. You didn't hear anything.
No, we were never here.
Nope. We're not here.
It's just a lady and what's about to be, oh God, you have no reason to ride a horse. Bird.
I could have a little bird on my shoulder.
Perfect. Just a lady and a bird.
She's just a little like, okay, I'll try to, She just walks out.
Wait, is there a closet or something in this room?
There's not a closet. I mean, you have sacks you were sleeping on.
I don't trust this little maiden.
Oh,
what do you want to do?
Wait, come back here. Just like stand in the center of the room right there.
Thanks.
Sure. Let's do a test here. Of you trying to kind of get her to do what you'd like her to do. But she's pretty. She's like this young girl who's just kind of like working here, trying to like learn things, and you're endarchs, so she's a little like So I'm just gonna give her 2d6s. She's just scared more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see what I roll here.
I'm not gonna harm her.
7. So, Aliza, tell me what Delphine is doing.
She
sort of try to.
Delphine just wants to buy some time, and so I'm worried that this sweet little maiden is not going to be able to lie long enough to buy us more time. So I think I'd like to just kind of have her stay in the room, and then Damaris's people will come to the room thinking it's us, and that'll buy us a little time. That's all I'm trying to do. And maybe even lock her in the room so that they have trouble getting in.
Yeah, so this is actually just all of the rooms just have curtains. There's no doors.
Oh, it's curtains. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, then just have her be like a decoy, basically.
Sounds good. Go ahead and build a dice pool for us. And if anybody's just joining us for the first time, so Cortex, we build these dice pools using different traits from the characters. In Eidolon Alpha, those traits are attributes, which is, the stuff that is, your physical strength and your ability to kind of make somebody do what you want, your guile, your reason, and your second trait set is your role, which are warrior, scout, and priest. So these just are like groups of skills. So warriors, like anything that is to do with, fighting and, shooting people with bows and all those things. Scout is finding people, finding things, finding your way, discovering clues, that kind of thing. And the priest is like a scholar sort of role. It's lore and knowledge and history, understanding the religion of the world, those sorts of things. There are also some custom roles, which 2 of our players have. And then finally, the last trait set is distinctions, which is in every Cortex Prime game, which is the elevator pitch of your character. So, Aliza, tell us how you're going to build this dice pool.
I'm going to use priest. Because it feels more fitting than the other 2, but also, yeah, if I can just gently and authoritatively have this young girl stay here, I think that's a priestly thing to do. That's bad. Okay, that's wrong. Never mind. Don't think about that too much. Attributes. I'm gonna use guile. I'm not sure if I can use any distinctions here. I mean, I guess like you said, we always use a distinction.
Yeah, use
Yeah,
your
you always use
endarch
a
one.
distinction. Yeah,
Just the
I was gonna
endarch
say,
one?
so yeah, your Minotaur's Meadowlark, because she seems to respect the authority that you all bring to
Okay.
this.
Okay. And then senses. Can I use senses? Probably not. Although, can I use Seed of Truth, the asset from last time?
If you'd like
Because-
to, you can.
This is also me trying to protect this new person, Lysandra, in my life, and the Seed of Truth that I believe what she's saying. So I'm willing to evade my employer and also hide her from my employer as well.
Sure.
All right, that's my role.
Oh,
What?
Those hitches, though.
What?
Okay.
A little bit of
So-
this, a little bit of that.
It's gonna be a success, by the skin of your teeth kind of success. I'm gonna buy those hitches from you. So
Two
that's going to
hitches.
be so you get 1 plot point and I get to make a D8 complication for you.
Okay.
So let's see. That's gonna be this is going to be a complication that is as you're kind of exiting this room and making your way out of here, she's just kind of held back just a little bit, but as soon as somebody goes in that room, that information's getting out there. So it is secrets unkept is what I'm going to call that complication.
So I say to
but
her,
describe to me.
"Listen- Yeah, okay. I just want you to stay here, just quiet as a mouse, okay? Quiet as a mouse. That's all. That's all you gotta do. You're on the right side of things, okay? Just stay right here behind the curtain. Don't touch the curtain.
Just don't hurt.
Oh, no one's gonna hurt
She
you.
would never. She hurt a lot of other people, but not you.
Never.
Why do they want to arrest you?
Me? Oh, they think I burnt down a library.
It's all a big misunderstanding.
Yeah. Just one of
Yeah, I
those
believe you, I
miscommunication things.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right. All
are you
right.
saying that as a bird, Lysandra? Is that is a bird doing
This is just a parrot on Delphine's shoulder whispering like a human woman.
Excellent. So you do manage to get out, and just as you kind of get out, she does kind of mention, your other friends are.
Yeah. We're gonna get them on our way out. Don't worry. Don't you worry.
Yeah, can we hear all the bustling? Are we close by?
Yes. So yeah, as Delphine and Lysandra, as you kind of get out, you kind of turn a corner, and just as you're turning a corner, that's when kind of the guards have now broken through those priests that were holding them back, and they are kind of getting towards your room, towards that hallway. But you have a bit of a head start. And yes, Zeph and Actonios, you have been hearing this as well. It's farther away from your room, but not that far. And there are, a couple of guards starting to head this way, just because, these are allies. What would you like to do as you hear this noise starting?
Oh, Zeph's already just all up in this problem. Just mask up and spear out. Just you made a terrible mistake coming here.
hang on.
All right, so you just go out there as these two younger looking guards. They've got these spears. They got this helmet that just kind of goes down into this crocodile mouth-ish sort of pattern down in front of their faces. And they've just got these kind of spears. They just kind of look we were gonna just escort you down.
Wait, your guard's here?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. Who's
Obviously,
making
you're
all
Wyvern guys.
Who's making? I'm sorry, I didn't look at the helmet right away when I heard all the scuffling. Who's causing all the problems?
Well, there's a ship here from Connemara.
Already running. It doesn't even hear the rest of the just already running that way.
Okay, Actonios.
I'll stroll by the two guards just nonchalantly. Doing a great job. Just this really good job. I'm gonna have a word with your commander, if you like.
But we were gonna bring you down to.
No, it's fine. I've long time experience with the military. I understand it. It's very important that you do what you do. But why don't you take a load off? Down there's some grapes, maybe another bowl of olives. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know you're taking it. But we may be taking forever to get ready. So just go down there, do that, and I'll make my own way down there.
We're gonna do a little test here.
Okay.
These are not little temple maidens. These are two guards. They're not that smart, but they're not that wimpy. So I'm gonna give them 2d8s to roll against you. Woo! I rolled a 12, Cam.
Wow. Interesting.
Just for me so far.
I am trying to leverage my warrior thing. It's just that's what I'm doing. It's just like basically trying to assert command, even though I'm not their commander in this particular city. But the Gorgons are an ally of the Wyverns, and so we at least they know about me. So I'll use that my role as warrior. Assuming that's okay with you, Mellie. Thank you.
That is okay with me.
For attribute, I think it's guile. I'm not really. I mean, there's no actual thing here that I can assert, but I'm kind of fooling them. So I'll use that. That's only a D6, so it's not as good. We changed my distinction to big-hearted captain last time, and that's what I'm using here. And I'm not using any of my powers because I don't want to turn them to stone, which would be sad. I don't want myself to be stone, and I don't want to fly.
And perfect.
So I'm going to roll. I don't know if I can beat 12. We'll see how this turns out.
Oh!
I shouldn't have said anything, but it's good because I did.
There. Alrighty. So go ahead and tell me what happens here.
I think I'm genial enough and kind of like familiar, and I've got the tusks and things. I'll start making them happen, and kind of being a bit, I'm a bit more like, I'm not a tall guy. Like, we explained last time that Antonius is not the tallest of characters. He's about, 5'8" something.
Yeah, you're broad, right?
Yeah, he's a big, broad, kind of barrel-chested, kind of hard-working stonemason of a guy. But so I'm kind of pushing that a lot, but also this whole, hey, don't worry, it's just fine. Just go down there, do the thing. And I assume that given, the choice of like, well, do I want to get involved in some kind of problem or do I want to go and take a break for a bit? They've volunteered their services for testing the olives and grapes.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, you're big guy. You could get yourself not like that, but you can handle yourself. Maybe handle your friend too. He just kind of ran. I think he ran the wrong way. He went the wrong way. And they just kind of wander off.
Taken care of. Good. Have a great day, man.
Zeph, you're running through, and you can see up ahead as Delphine and Lysandra Delphine and a bird on her shoulder, parrot on her shoulder, kind of cross through up ahead of you, just kind of like down a tunnel.
Okay, I head in that direction.
Yeah, you head that direction, and Aliza, with your Delphine, with your just Minotaur senses, as you're sort of crossing this tunnel, you do kind of get a little ping off the side, and you turn and you see Zeph starting to come towards you. Zeph, as you are heading this way, there's a little one of those alcoves, like larger than that, I guess, but one of those places where Zoe has been painting. And as you pass it, you just out of the corner of your eye, you see Phoebe, the temple priestess from before, just kind of standing there, just like kind of hands to her side, just like kind of staring at the wall, not really doing anything, just she's there. Did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I stop and I grab her shoulder and I'm like, hey, we gotta go.
You grab her shoulder, and it's just like, it's weird. It's almost like you kind of ragdoll her. Like she just really wasn't present, like, somebody who's sleepwalking, that kind of just, you pulled her. And she's kind of blinks and just like looks at you.
Oh.
I'm just, I was just, the painting, there was something wrong with it. I thought I knew what it was, but I couldn't.
What's the painting of?
Where are we going? So you see that the painting is actually of all four of you. All four of you sort of on a ship, sailing just in a direction of some kind. It's hard to tell because a lot of the landscape and the sun and stuff is very abstract and unfinished. And go ahead, we're going to do a test here as you sort of take a look at this and seeing if you can pick out what is strange about it. I'm going to go ahead and do... It's going to be... This is 2d8s, and then has some Skotos involvement, so it's going to get an 8 from the Skotos as well. Ooh, I rolled real good again. I'm on a roll.
This is not fair.
No.
I got the luck going. 14. Joe.
Okay. So I will roll my dope priest rating here. It's a D4. It's not dope. I will add my.
I would offer to you that in this case, because you've kind of seen this before, and you have a good eye, that this could relate to Scout as well. That you're sort of trying to find a clue, trying to find what's weird about this.
Oh, well then I will add my very good Scout die. Thank you, benevolent GM.
I feel like with a 14, it should be a little nice.
I'm going to add my reason. So I'm trying to figure this out. And I'm going to use Tireless Tracker just because I'm very just sort of suspicious of everything and always trying to look for small details and little patterns to follow and stuff like that. That's my pool.
All right, give it a roll.
That's your pull and you're sticking with it.
And it was bad.
Oh, it's really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy that hit from you so you can at least have a plot point for this. And that complication is going to be... it's going to be... sucked in. You're just mesmerized, that's better. Mesmerized by this painting in the same way as when you passed by and Phoebe was just standing there. You look at this thing and you're kind of wait, and you just kind of get lost in it as well.
Cool, I'm just Blair Witching in the corner now.
The best way possible. I love it. So you're doing that. We'll cut over to Delphine and Lysandra. So as you're kind of running across that kind of intersection, you kind of saw Zeph coming down the hall. You're running. Doesn't seem to be catching up as fast as you'd imagine. What do you guys do?
Well, okay, I just realized as I'm running down, I say to the parrot on my shoulder, do we have the scrolls with us?
Oh my god, we gotta turn around.
Oh
no. This is why I pick lizard. It's so much easier for me to just have a satchel on than parrot.
Alright, okay. Alright, we'll go back. We can do this. And you know what? We'll run back into Zephyrinus and actually maybe we could just send him to get the scrolls.
Exactly. 2 me, 1 stone.
Right. Okay. All right. So start heading back towards Zephyrinus.
Awesome. So you guys kind of get there at the same time as Ekatonios. Yep. You have now caught up. So you both kind of are making your way down this hallway, and I mean, you've both seen Zeph recently.
Yep.
And now you're coming in contact with each other, so maybe a little confusion until you get to the center, and then you turn and you see both Phoebe and Zeph just staring at the wall.
Now's not the time for art appreciation.
Yeah. I need someone to grab the scrolls because I don't have thumbs.
Hello?
And as the parrot kind of squawks and Delphine, you try to kind of get the attention of these two. Off the wall, the kind of 4 images of yourselves kind of like, one of them kind of peels forward off the wall, like just kind of steps forward.
Nope.
The one that sort of looks like Zeph just kind of like takes off and is now kind of going above on the ceiling above you. And there's some horrible things happening. I'm going to go to an action order here. We've got a mob of what I'm calling Skotos stains.
Oh.
And they are a 4d8 mob.
Oh.
Hashtag Skotos
Punchy.
games.
Hashtag Skotos stains. And I'm going to go ahead and say going first in this is going to be Delphine, because you're kind of closest up there and trying to actively do something. So what would you like to do about this weird situation?
Well, yeah, I don't like this, so I'm gonna just go full endarch lady. I'm just gonna, I'd like to also use my bronze skin, because I don't want to get infected with Skotos.
Sure, you can, you kind of get like your horns kind of grow a little bit, your arms, they get that big, just huge, your muscles grow, and then your skin just starts to kind of get coated in this bronze gilding.
Yeah, and I mean, let's see if punching works on these things.
Yeah, for sure. So we are in action order now in this little sequence. So in action order, we now go to action reaction. So you're going to roll first, and then the Skotos stains will try to defend against it. So go ahead and build a pool for me.
Definitely warrior. Probably help. Which one? Vigor? Courage?
Vigor's like your physical body, your strength, like your constitution, like all of those kind of things about your physical strength.
Vigor for sure. Minotaur's Metalark and bronze skin. Woo!
Yeah,
finally
for sure.
got to use that. Can I also use strength? Or is it just one power
Kim,
at a
is
time?
it just one power?
One power. If you want to spend a plot point, you can add more powers. But it's one power is the default. Yeah.
I'll just use one for now.
And
Last
Aliza,
words.
tell me like what you're trying to do to how are you trying to impact the situation?
I guess since I don't know if this is gonna work or not, I guess I want to physically what I'm trying to do is just like punch the Skotos one that's above me into the ceiling. So maybe it'll just keep going away from here. So this is like, it's an offensive move, but it's more like defensive, just trying to get them away from more people to infect.
Love it. Yeah. Go and give that a roll.
All right. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, well now.
Okay. 15 with a
effect
D10.
die.
That's pretty awesome. I mean, if I can't beat that, you're definitely going to be able to knock a die off this mob. So let me build a pool here. I got 48 for the mob trait, which is tasty, but it also has some of its own things. We've got, let's see. So it has these 3 traits. It's got formless, whispering, and staining. I think I'm gonna use formless for this. I think that with your attempt to just like punch it, that's gonna be the most appropriate one of those. So let's see what I do with 5d8s.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, in Cortex, you have to beat it to eat it. So I could spend a plot point. I have 4 of them, but I want to save them because I have plans in it. So take the L here, and I'll this is gonna go down to now 3d8 mob. As you do, you punch up, and it just kind of like splatters apart. This is like the picture of Zeph and it just kind of like breaks apart, and then it starts to just like reform and just like move, but it exits this area. It just kind of like splats itself across on another wall, and it just seems to be like parts of it. It's like in contact with your endarch nature, just like doesn't like that. It's almost like you burned it with acid, so it's kind of like making these awful kind of squealing sounds as it just makes its way out of your area and kind of limping down a hall. And you get to pick who goes next. You can pick the mob if you want, or one of your friends.
Parrot Lady, would you like to go next?
I would love to.
All right.
And I'm going to start by immediately being not a parrot.
I figured you wouldn't want to stay that way too long.
This is a chimera job, and also I don't know if I can handle feeling a little bit too parroty and lizardy in the brain. So I feel like since these are like shadows of something, essentially, I want to try and see what happens if I kill it with fire.
Oh.
So kill it with fire. So I'm gonna use warrior, which immediately makes me less confident because that's my weakest die of the three. But let's go with courage, and since fire is part of my mutarch, Chimera's mutarch, and fire breath.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll that and see what happens. Ugh.
12 with a D8 and a hitch. Let's go ahead and buy that hitch for you.
Yep.
So that hitch is gonna be the like, as this sort of catches onto some of the like inky detritus of the one that Delphine smashed, those bits just start to catch fire. And now there's this kind of fire that's sort of spreading down, like over the ceiling and across the other wall, like and going down the hallway, which, you know, might give some people a sense of where you are. Also, fire's not usually great for a lot of people.
No, and I don't have a good history with it either.
So there's a fiery hallway D6 on you. But let's see how I can roll, if I can beat that 12. So I've got now 3 D8s left for this mob. And let's see. Yeah, we'll use that formless. So I've got 48 total. Trying to beat a 12. Boop-a-doop. I don't do it.
Yes!
Boy, I'm like, why am I losing by 1 every time? It's not fair.
Skin up my teeth.
Yep.
For real. So yeah, just describe to me like what this looks like.
All right, so since we're kind of in a closed-off room that's essentially just a curtain, I use my fire breath, and like you used one of my favorite words in the universe, catches the edges of the detritus of the previous Skotos stains. Although now it's starting to like pour into the hallway a little bit, which is not only like alerting people to where I am, but making me really, really anxious because I don't have a good history with fire. So I'm kind of getting a little bit of flashbacks of some previous not great stuff going on. But it is looking like it's having an effect, so fire not all bad.
Fire maybe not all bad.
Fire good.
For clarity, Mellie, are we inside like a stone, like carved out sort of thing? Is that what this is?
Yeah, you're in like a cave system. You're in tunnels, so the smoke's not great. You know, as smoke would be in a small space.
So some person put flammable ink on the walls. That we have to have a word with the seer about this issue.
Look, he's a painter. He's not a thinker. Cam, quick rules question. With mobs, to knock out one of their dice, you have to step it up above their level. So perfect. So there's a D8, and if that steps up, then it'll. So is that kind of like a complication on them? Is that correct?
It's stress.
Perfect. Yes, a stress of a D8. So it's close to knocking out one of those. So we still have 3d8, but it has a stress, so I don't like that.
Yeah.
Vanessa, who goes next? The mob? or Camera Joe?
Mob!
Alrighty. So yes, the Skotos stains. They are going to go ahead. Let's see. What do we have?
Worst sports team name ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since Seth is already just mesmerized, these things are gonna just sort of like the one that stepped out of the wall. It looks like Delphine, and it just sort of like moves with this just sloshing sound and kind of. As it draws the hammer, the hammer wasn't really in the picture, but it kind of draws it, and it's like the paint sort of begins to pool into it and make the shape, and it's just going to kind of go and try to like attack you, Zeph, and kind of come down on you and just cover you in this void paint. So we're going to go ahead and roll some dice. So I've got, what I got left? I got 3 of these. And I have your complication, which is a D6. And I'm going to use staining, which is the thing I have for that. It's a D6 staining that they have. So I got 3 D8s and 2 D6s, and I'm going to roll those and hopefully get, So I mean, it's a good result, but I do have a hitch. So, Joe, you could spend a plot point if you wanted to, buy that hitch, step down your complication, or you can leave it there and maybe somebody else wants to grab it.
I will I'll buy that plot point. Or I'll buy that hitch,
Right.
I mean.
Yeah.
I will spend a plot point to buy that hitch.
Yeah. And Cam, when that steps the completion down, does that now go away, or is it a
No,
D4?
it's not like Tales of Xadia. What happens to the complication that becomes a D4, and then it is the difference between D4 complication and other kinds is that you roll it on your own side if it's on you, as opposed to the opponent getting to roll it. But then the first time you do that, it goes away afterwards, right? So it acts kind of like a hinder. So at this point, Joe has a D4 complication on him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the next time he rolls, he's going to include that, and then he's going to get rid of it.
Okay. So I'm gonna
So,
add this D. So I'm adding this D4 to my dice pool.
Mhm.
Yep.
There. It's there. Okay, so I'm basically getting covered in evil paint. So I'm going to use warrior, but I want to think. Hang on, what's going on? What's going on with my pool? Huh? Add that. I'm going to step warrior down because I feel like the knee-jerk reaction of trying to muscle this is probably bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to step that down to a D4.
So I don't think there is there. I don't think.
Or sorry,
that's,
not step it.
like
I can't step it down any further than that, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think that D4 complication that is kind of playing that role for you.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
also-
you know what? I'm sorry. I was trying to. I was thinking of it as a distinction, where I could step.
Yes,
Where I could.
but yes, also add a D8 because it has a stress of D8 on it from Vanessa's turn.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
Yeah, and then what is your attribute and your distinction you want to add?
Let's see here. I'll go with vigor because I'm trying to wrestle it. The sort of panic instinct is to brute force it.
Mhm.
And then I guess a little bit of square to me because I'm trying to intimidate it. Although
No, I'm the edgy one.
oh wait, you know what? No, I'm not going to use a distinction, but I am going to use a power.
You still
I
do
know-
distinction.
I have to, even if I don't feel like one works. Okay.
Yes. Well, if you think so, you could choose one that you think is actually, causing more of a problem and make it a D4, and you get a plot point for that. But you got to use a distinction.
Okay. So I'll keep it in there, and then I'll use my claws.
Mm-hmm.
My little griffin claws start my talons, my eagle talons, start coming out.
More like talons, actually.
Yeah, actually, they're talons. And I'm trying to add this D8 stress, and it's not going.
So it should just be like a drag, and then it has
There we go. I did it.
top.
I did it.
Near the top.
Wow.
Success.
It's hidden.
I'm the problem player today. I'm sorry. Here we go.
How
Let's
dare
roll.
you?
Let's roll this. I'm sorry.
Oh, so close.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can spend a plot point to move some stuff and get another die in your total, or you can take the L.
You know what? I am gonna spend a plot point. And let's see here. What do I have to beat? I need to beat a
14.
14.
You're
Okay,
only
I'm
one
gonna
away.
spend a plot point and move this effect die over to update my total to a 15.
Excellent. And I
I also rolled that hitch.
You did roll that hitch. I was just trying to find the part of the book, but Cam, you can answer me faster probably. When you have that D4 complication in your own pool,
Yeah.
there's a thing about that if you roll a hitch, that it doesn't go away, it steps up or something. Am I remembering that?
Yeah. Well, no, it means you can step it up because it's there. It hasn't gone away until after your roll is done. So you, as the GM, you can always say, grabbing it and step it up.
Perfect. Then yes. Also, because you added that to your die pool, Joe, you get a plot point for that as well. Adding a D4 complication to your pool gives you a plot point.
Ooh, sweet.
Yes. So yes, I do choose to activate that. So now that complication, though, it's staying. It's back up to a D6 because I'm going to activate that hitch because that mesmerization. So like this hammer comes down and you are blocking. Can you describe what that looks like as you're doing that? As you're just kind of brute forcing this thing?
Yeah, so it sort of like comes down and it almost takes sort of a second longer to kind of react. So it's definitely sort of like almost like panicked moment. Normally everything Zeph does is very because it's purposely that way, like kind of like smooth and very like graceful. But this is just very just kind of like manic and sudden and almost panic. It's definitely like the veneer of like this sort of like definitely goes down and he's like just like panicked and his talons coming out. He's like clawing at it and trying to get it off him.
Yeah, for sure. So then it just kind of like, as it comes down, just that force of yourself kind of almost like breaks it apart and it just splashes around you. And now just kind of like it's starting to try to reform itself behind you. But that's going to step up that stress that it had. So now I'm down to 2d8s in this pool as that one's kind of just like bubbling like. And that was the mob's turn. Right. Then Cam, when it attacks, does it when it attacks on its turn and fails, should that have stepped up? That was good. Perfect. I did it right. Got the fools. Yeah.
Killing
Point for
it.
me. I'm the mob and I'm choosing because we just had Zeph sort of have to defend himself a bit. We're gonna go to Ectonios. What would you like to do, Cam?
Where am I at?
You would be sort of just coming in from one end of this hallway. You do have kind of that bit of flaming paint is sort of going above your head and going back the way that you came.
Yeah, so
down
that's
this
what I see.
hallway.
I see that, and I was strolling before, but now I'm going to step it up. But I'll run around the corner and see what's going on here. And there's like goo things attacking from the ceiling. It's like badness all around. Not very great.
Yeah. There's still a goo Ectonios and there's still a goo Lysandra starting to kind of claw their way out of the picture.
Okay. Can I? Who's looking? Does anyone look like they're in trouble that needs to be rescued?
Yes. So you've got so Zeph is kind of just moved, but is still sort of like standing in this puddle of goo and just sort of like looking dazed. And next to him is Phoebe, who is just like mouth agape, just staring at the wall as like the Ectonios paint figure starts kind of like step towards her and is like reaching out this big dripping hand.
Okay, well, I don't like the scary paint version of me being used to attack Phoebe. That's not great. So I will interpose myself between Phoebe and this thing, and as I run to the room, I'm stirring up. So my skin just like calcifies and becomes granite with all the lines through it and everything else. Looks pretty cool. And I barrel my way into the thing to try and push it not back into the wall, just bang it with my hands. Not drawing my sword. I think the whole point of this is interposing to keep it from getting to Phoebe.
Sure.
So that's pretty straightforward, I think. Warrior is my role, and I'm using Vigor to do the charging part. If it was something much bigger and scarier than me, I'd be probably using Courage, but it's not. I'm not worried about it.
It's paint.
It's
what can paint do?
And I'm standing fast against the shadow. I think this is related to the shadow thing,
Yeah.
so that makes the most sense. And Stone Skin.
Good idea when there's toxic paint.
So I'll roll and tell you how good it is.
I like it. Woo!
I get a 14, and I'm going to go ahead and spend a plot point. Move that down and make it a 19.
Okay. Fine. Well, I've got 2d8s left, so
Well, I'm trying to get a heroic success. I want to be cool. That's my thing.
yeah, obviously. Okay, so let's see. I got these 2d8s left, and trying to like push it back. So this is still gonna be its formless self. So just 3d8s. I mean, I won't be able to do anything unless I spend a plot point. But let's see how close I can get. I can get.
Wow.
Wow! My rolls tonight, you guys.
See, I had to. You see what I mean?
Apparently,
Yeah.
you know.
I had to do it.
Yeah, you
I
did.
I feel so bad because, like, I feel like the luck of the two narrators before me was not like this. So I feel a little bit guilty, but at the same time, I'm going to spend a plot point. I'm going to make that a 22.
Oh, you are so evil.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, so as you kind of go up and try to push this thing back, it meets your hands, and now it's just like locked in this combat with you, but it's paint, so it's just kind of crawling up your stone arms
Okay.
to start to reach behind you is what's happening.
All right, so I'm just shoving it against the wall, but did I keep it from getting to Phoebe for the moment? Or
For
what?
the moment, yeah, but it's like just using you as more wall.
Yeah, that's
Just
what I was worried about.
graffitiing you up. Without your consent. It's not a good thing. This paint
Non-consensual graffiti,
completely
Mellie.
evil. And that brings us to Joe. You know, you're a bit dazed, but you're kind of you're not fully out of it. It's just a D6 complication.
I picked Joe to go next.
You have to. Aw. Much like most times, Cam, you have no choice but to work with Joe right now. Zeph sort of like shakes off like the craziness of the paint like attacking him and turns and sees Ectonios defending Phoebe and the paint sort of like pushing in against him. And he's still like his arms are still like all griffined out, like there's feathers just like still sort of sprouting down his forearms, and his talons are fully out, and his eyes are like full like eagle. And he's just gonna like quick do like this like fastest sprint and just like try to like tear through the paint that's attacking Tony.
So go ahead and build us a dice pool.
Oh, I will.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna come out and play and go warrior. I'm gonna go.
I got that reference.
Thank you, sir.
Very subtle.
I'm gonna go brace because it's a speed attack. And then I'm gonna for the first time, I'm bringing out the honor card.
Yeah.
Because this is a big ol' endarch based thing, and I'm using my my claw powers again.
Good.
But I also have a D6 complication, right?
Yes, I'll roll that on my end. There's a
Okay.
there's no stress on it.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Yes. I will
Okay,
roll that complication against you.
I'm rolling. Hey, I did okay-ish.
All right, so I got going against that. Did you want to spend a plot point and put that 4 in with that, or just leave it as it is?
You know what? I might as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend my plot point. So I rolled a 17.
All right, so I got my 2d8. I got my d8 for it being formless, and I got a d6 for your mesmerization. Cam just noted in the chat, it did not have stress anymore because that one got stepped up and took that out, right? Yeah, so it had none of that. And I'm rolling 3 d8s and 1 d6. And rolling, not gonna do it. Not at all gonna do it. And you had a d10, so that's also gonna knock one of these dice out. So I'm only gonna have a single d8 left in this. So, Joe, could you describe to me as this paint is like slicking itself onto the stone of Ectonias's body, basically like trying to just crawl over him to get to Phoebe, who's just like completely dead face. What do you do, and what does it look like?
Yeah. So is it? It's formless, right? So it's kind of just I don't know, just like this blob of paint.
Yeah, you see like the face of Ectonios is kind of stained. It's like face to face with the other one, but it's like distorted and weird and kind of like melty, like very like Salvador Dali. But the rest of its body is just kind of like become just tendrils of ink that are just kind of blorping over onto him.
It's kind of
okay,
venom,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
What do you say, Cam?
Zeph sort of takes this big jump and arms up, like lands very like smoothly between the paint and Tony, and sort of does two things with this swing out. One is like clawing out against the paint, but also with his elbows pushing Tony's arms out to the side so they like pull free of the paint.
Oh yeah, as you kind of like pull it this way, the like paint Ectonios just like splits in half and just splatters kind of on either side of the walls, and just kind of soaks back into the stone. You still see as like the final form is kind of making its way out of Lysandra as this ink shape begins to kind of, like she does, turn itself into a kind of more animalistic shape. But you just see this just deep black, like Vanta black ink kind of turning into almost this like tribal paint looking lizard that's just trying to make itself small and like crawl, like following the fire essentially. And that is where that is. As Joe, you get to pick who goes first in the next round. It could be yourself, could be the mob, could be any of your friends.
I choose violence. I'm giving it to the mob.
Yes, and also that was a heroic success, I believe. You had a 17 out of 10. So chat, finally, you get a giveaway. I've been rolling too good for you all, but now finally Joe has forced my hand.
I'm a man of the people. And I'm also a man of... I'm also a man of Skotos. So the paint goes next.
Really playing boss. Oh, yeah, excellent. All right, so...
Wow.
That's perfect, because all I wanted was for this thing, it just manages to move quickly and kind of goes into the darkness of the corridor and becomes extremely difficult to find. And it gets away.
Ooh.
And the four of you are left kind of standing there. Some of you kind of covered in this paint that it kind of burns and stings a little bit. But all of the kind of evil power seems to have sort of just dissipated with the power of your kind of endarch effects on it, except for the bit that has managed to move away from you. How are you feeling?
How did it get into the paintings? What is something wrong with? Oh, are you okay, Phoebe? I'll turn around and make sure she's all right.
Yes. Oh, what? Oh, it's gonna take forever to clean. I was just, the painting looked a little weird and I got distracted. Sorry, guess I should go clean up dinner now.
Are you all right? Let's think of dinner later. We're covered in stinging.
Oh yes, I'll draw some baths.
That was last night.
What?
It's the morning. Also, we've got someone coming to try and get Lysandra.
Right.
We have a lot of things going on at once.
Sorry, I've still got Lysandra brain.
Oh, you were the lizard before. Hello.
Yeah, I was the
Phoebe.
lizard.
Anything you need, just let me know. Somebody's here to arrest you.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
No,
right, we're
that's
still
not.
on
That's
that.
not good. I mean, we don't really try to create much drama. That's just a little. But look, I can. Who's it? Is it a good person or a bad person? Like, can you give me a good reason why I should, aid and abet you?
Well, I don't know if they're a good person or a bad person. All I know is that I know I didn't do it, and a soft 3 out of 3 of these people believe me. Maybe like a 2.3.
All right, we're gonna do a test here to see if she's gonna trust you or not. So I'm just gonna put it in just 2d8s. I'm gonna roll it, and then Vanessa, 11. You've got to beat 11.
I'd like to spend a plot point and give the Seed of Truth asset to Lysandra.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Love it. And what size is that asset?
That is a D8.
Yes! Okay.
All right, so bonus D8 for
Wow,
you.
exciting.
I got a bonus D8. I'm thinking this one would be priest, since it's me trying to say that's what my job was, and I definitely didn't burn down a library. Reason, because I'm trying to get you to see things my way. Guardian of Letters, and I don't actually have a power in this one. So very excited I have that D8 now. So hopefully she believes that I'm a bookworm and not an arsonist.
Ooh,
Ooh.
very successful.
Okay.
Yay!
I think I believe you. I mean, you are the person that the Oracle said would save people, so I feel like that's all right. I can maybe help, but should I go to, what can I do to help?
Would a distraction here be more helpful, or should we just try and find an escape route?
Well, your
We've
boss
got-
says you're coming with us.
Yeah. Go pack a bag. We're leaving.
We don't have time for bags.
I don't have worldly possessions.
Well, we also
Oh, you
have
don't. That's right.
scrolls.
because-
We
Yes,
can
Right.
get the scrolls too. Right?
You don't
we're
have your
out of
scrolls.
scrolls.
Where did
Did we not
leave
get them in that battle?
You're the scroll
You
lady.
have
Where are
not
the
made
scrolls?
it back to the room.
We've been in this whole thing. This has been like halfway to get back to the room with the scrolls.
Yeah,
were.
exactly. So
All right. So I
we-
guess
we-
it
I'll meet you at the ship. And I put my mask up and I flash off towards their room.
Oh, wait. Is he gonna get the scrolls or wait?
Nope, he's
That
just
was
going
unclear.
straight to the ship. He called me Scrolls
No.
Lady, which okay.
No, I'm heading back to your room to get the scrolls.
Okay,
Oh,
thank
okay.
God. I thought you were just putting it on
partway
me.
down the hallway, like no.
No, I'm saying you guys head to the ship. I'll get
Okay.
the scrolls.
Got it. I thought I was
Alright.
gonna have to be a squirrel now.
You know, I wished I was suspicious because I would go right after him at this point, but I am not suspicious. I'm a nice, big-hearted guy, so I'm going to grab Phoebe and escort her out of the building.
Yes,
Out
will
of
he be all
Texas.
right? He'll be fine. I suppose we should worry about
He's-
ourselves. Yes, because
That's right.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
This is fire on the ceiling of your spot. That's very strange.
It's fine. Everything's.
Uh-huh.
We're leaving now, and don't worry because nothing's gonna happen to anybody bad, and we're gonna go this way.
No one's gonna die today.
And I'm gonna say as well, Vanessa, because you got a great effect die. You got a 15 there. I'm gonna go ahead and give you an asset, a D10 Phoebe. That she's with you for right now,
Yes.
and she trusts you and wants to help you. So you all start to make your way out, and Phoebe's helping lead you, but also Delphine, like you have a sense of places like this, of labyrinthine tunnels, and so where Phoebe's a little bit like turned around a bit because a lot of these paintings are the same and aren't very good landmarks anymore. You are able to guide everyone and make your way out and through the kind of side exit that kind of brings you to a place that's a little precarious. There's just sort of like rope bridges that manage to kind of get you back to a place where you can actually walk properly. Otherwise, it's just steep kind of cliff side edge. But it is an escape route that very few people would be able to see you emerging from. Meanwhile, Zeph, you are racing back towards where you've been informed their room was the night prior. And also following this fire, you notice that the path that you think is correct also seems to be the direction that this fire is going. And you start to kind of make your way, and you hear these whispers in your mind like, what are you doing? What are you doing, brother? What are you doing?
I've got to get those scrolls. You told me to get the scrolls.
Get the scrolls. Help us get the scrolls. Destroy them. Destroy the scrolls. And you kind of you're making your way down here, and you get to kind of the end of this hall, and you kind of turn and you see a number of guards, including there's one who does not look like they're from this area. They have kind of this a deeper skin tone, a little bit like this yellowy tan color, very similar to Lyssandra's skin color. It's this man, he's got this purple cloak, and he's kind of speaking to somebody as some guards kind of exit this room, and one of them is carrying the satchel. What do you do?
One of the temple guards is carrying the satchel?
Yeah.
I'm going to just in a flash of speed snooch it and tear off running.
Snooch it.
You're just gonna run by and just grab and go?
Yep, I'm just yoinking this thing.
Yoink.
So this is so you got some guards here. You also have this guy with the purple cloak. He's a captain. This is a little difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 d10s to this.
It's fine.
It's totally fine. So let's go ahead and see how this does for you.
I have a ton of plot points left.
Really, with 2 d10s, that's when I roll like this. I mean, it's not bad, but it's like, come on.
I bet I can do.
Historically, have not rolled well in this.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I think you're right.
It's all about the 8s and the 12s.
Yeah, the 8s kill it.
Because 8s
All right.
and 12s are the perfect dice. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead and roll some pitches for me, Joe.
I don't think 10s are
You've got it. Let's see here. I am going to. Would my asset work in this case? Since he's my brother, sort of like driving me to get the scrolls, the Orphan's Trace asset.
I would. So it's kind of this this piece of your brother. I'm gonna say no, just because almost
because you're vindictive and mean and mad that you rolled low.
Because that's a piece of your real brother.
Oh yeah, okay.
And there's
yeah,
almost this
sense.
disconnect between it. You kind of look at it and you're like, why do I need this right now? He's right in my head. I've got him here.
Got it. All right. Well, I'm using Thief.
Love it.
I'm using Grace.
Very graceful. Grace.
I'm using the Onicarch again. and I'm using my Griffin power of speed. So like my eyes get all eagle again, and I just tear through this thing. So here we go.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Still gave you a
All
hitch.
right. Still got a hitch, but that's fine. So I'm gonna go ahead. First of all, heroic success.
Yeah.
Success of heroic proportions. Giveaway in the chat. Amazing.
Giving
Other
you guys
thing
so
is
many
I'm
books.
gonna buy the hitch. I'm gonna buy that hitch, and that's gonna be a D6 ink trail. Because you are covered in ink, and as you are gonna get this thing, you are leaving a blotted path behind you.
No.
But definitely, there's this captain. He's talking to what looks to be like one of the younger, newer temple maidens, and she's like, "Well, they told me to just stand in the center of the room, and that they wouldn't kill me if I didn't move. I think that's what they said." And it was just really, she just seems very scared. As these guards are kind of like pulling stuff out and just kind of looking for any clue or any trace, and one of them kind of has this satchel. He's like, well, I think, is this like the stolen stuff that it's like the captain kind of goes to reach for it, and in that moment you just go by, grab it. Just
I do like a little
turn to look.
Do a little wall run.
Hell
and snooch it. I dive and snooch it and do a little roll. I come from I'm a proud student of the Hector Navarro School of Role Playing. He really over-explains everything that his characters do. God bless him. So yeah, do like a little wall run and then dive and snatch it with the dive and roll and come up, and it's just this big like flurry of cloak, and then I'm running and then leaving a trail of ink.
Excellent. So yeah, you do that and you're running. You've got some people now. Just the captain kind of, they're all stunned for a moment, and he's like, "Well, after him," and they start to kind of run after you as you're sort of trying to make this escape, this very dramatic escape. But
Han Solo and the Death Star.
You've gotten so far ahead. You actually kind of pass. There's a room, and kind of like the oracle is there, and he just kind of looks out and just sees you running by. He's like, "Oh, very good, but you run, you've got it." And you, with your heroic success, managed to burst out the front entrance before anybody's even close to you because of how fast you are. And if you'd like, you can even fly. You can even fly there. But you tell me, because you might not want to do something obvious with these scrolls. I don't know what you want to do with these scrolls.
So as I'm, can we do a little talk and run?
Absolutely.
Okay. So I've got the scrolls. Destroying them. I don't understand destroying them.
Destroy them. They're dangerous. They're going to hurt people.
Why are they dangerous to you? Why are they dangerous to you? I don't.
You're not going to trust me. You own me. You left me.
I know, but what if I can find you with these? You're linked to these.
Well, these are here. You can't find me until you get rid of these. And let's
I'm feeling though. I've got a feeling. I'm your older brother, and you got to listen to me. I got a feeling.
Let's do a contest.
Ooh, okay, cool.
With Skotos here.
Remember that time that you told the Skotos that you were its older brother and it had been
Just hijinks.
Listen,
so many millennia older
evil.
than you, man.
I'm older than you.
shenanigans.
But yeah, so I mean, you're trying to sort of reason with this thing because you're feeling a little unsure of this. It's trying to get you to do what it says, and you kind of feel it pressing on you as it does this. Like your mind feels heavier, kind of get a little tunnel visioned. Like, no, this is the only option. It's like physically almost taking control of you. So go ahead. As this kind of starts to feel like uncomfortable and a little bit wrong, even to you, like, even though you don't trust the others and you do like want to help your brother at the same moment, this is wrong. You know it's wrong. So go ahead and build a dice pool for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's like eagle eyes are turning into void eyes. Okay, got it. I'm going to use priest because I'm trying to like reason. From my attributes, I'm going to use reason because I'm using priest. It's like a peanut butter cup, you guys.
You got priest in my reason? What?
Priest in my reason. I'm going to use tireless tracker of men, but I'm using it as a hindrance because this is the mission, but then also the goal of the mission is telling me that it's not the mission. So I'm so that's confusing. And I don't really have a power that I think I can use.
I would say that asset you have would be much more applicable now.
Oh.
This fake connection.
Oh yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I have the little talisman of his, and I'm like gripping it, like really.
You're like noticing that like it has just a different connection to you than this voice in your head. It's incongruous, and you kind of noticed it as you were like kind of trying to like let that motivate you to get these scrolls, and now it's becoming more obvious. There's some weird disconnect here, dissonance here, even.
Cool. So all right. So here's my pool. Let's roll against the dissonance.
Wow.
That D12.
Baby brother. But it's okay because a contest has multiple rounds, so this is just the first round.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's good times.
know, I'm gonna go ahead and buy that hitch from you. It's gonna be.
You got it.
Are you my brother? That's what I'm gonna call it. And I'm gonna go ahead and build a pool.
And it's what's that book? It's like, isn't it like a baby duck?
Yeah. Are you my mother? Yeah. So you get a plot point for that. I got the Skotos.
No, you are a snoot.
So it's got D8, and it has 3 D8s. Yep, 3 D8s. I'm gonna go ahead and use your complication also because I'm not gonna forget that, and I'm gonna roll that as it is just trying to press your mind and influence you directly. 10 is just going to beat you. As it's even encouraging you to just, as you're kind of like, have this, you're kind of moving away, it's just like, throw that off the cliff. That's not mine anymore. That's just, it's just as lost as I am. The only path forward is to get rid of these scrolls. I'm your brother. So go ahead, and if you would like to continue fighting this, you can roll another dice pool, or you can give in.
Yeah, no, I'm continuing. Like as it's talking to me, like there's just like sort of like tears starting to well up in his face. And he's like, "But this is all of you that I've got. No, you're not. That's not the only path forward. Like this is the path forward." And I'm gonna roll again. So I'm gonna kick my asset in there. I can use it again, right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yep.
Cool. And now I'm sort of like trying to no, I'm gonna stick with priest. I was trying to figure out a reason to use warrior, but that was more just me wanting to use a better dice. So sorry, my cat. It's just like out of nowhere. It was like, don't forget your plot points.
I'm your brother.
I'm gonna use reason again. So pretty similar here.
Raison d'etre.
Yeah. I'm trying to push back a little harder, so I'm just using tireless tracker of men normally. And yeah, that's my pool again. Okay, here we go.
Okay, go ahead. Oh,
there we go. There we go.
Much better.
That's
there we go.
Juicy.
Oh, all right. I have a choice to make here. Because I could give in, and then this thing's going to stay with you, but it's not getting what it wants right now. But it's, might do something to you later. But I think Skotos is this like overconfident entity that it thinks that it has you under its control, and it's gonna push this. It's gonna try to push you on this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead All these D8s. Got that D6. I mean, I have to roll really well. I would Skotos would spend a plot point if I roll well. All right, let's see what happens. I can't even make that into a thing. That literally could not become a 17. It's not possible.
No.
So as this entity that's inside of you is just it's becoming louder and louder. It's stopping to be. It's not a whisper anymore. It's like yelling in your mind and like echoing off of. Well, you expect it. Let's track that back. You expect that it would echo with how loud it is in your mind, but there is no echo. It's just this loud noise directly in your ear. You kind of have this tinnitus that starts up as it's trying to force you to just, destroy these scrolls, throw them into a fire, tear them up, and to get rid of your brother's talisman. And that is something that you won't do. That is the last piece of him that you have, and that is what lets you fight. And as you kind of like pull yourself to the side, the rest of you are kind of coming up on a side, and you're going off this rope bridge and wondering, like, where is Zeph? He still hasn't come back. Is he gonna be okay? We're not really sure. So you're all kind of moving on this rope bridge directed by Phoebe, and you kind of look up and you see as Zeph sort of like pulls himself off to the side of the entrance to this cave, and this like blackness starts to just kind of spew out of him, just like he's vomiting. It's coming out of like his eyes, his ears, his fingertips, like this every piece of him. But there's this glowing that follows it, like this golden light of this griffin's power just pushing out this darkness as he connects back to this thing that is driving him. And this black kind of sludge, not only is it pushed out, but like it's burned by this light. And as it kind of hits the ground, it starts to try to get away. It's crawling to get away. That burns it. And Zeph, you kind of collapse to the ground, but you have the scrolls and you have your talisman, and the rest of you can. How do you react to that? Do you want to do anything to help him?
How far away is he? Is he super far? Or?
So you guys are kind of like on this rope bridge, kind of going down to a lower level because these are all just like stairs that lead to this cavern, stairs that lead to other parts of the city, and this rope bridge will connect to a lower part. I believe one of you can fly, I think. Yeah, Cam can fly. Okay. So Phoebe's just sort of directing like kind of the fastest way of like walking. It'll take some time. So she starts to kind of like run to guide you all. But if there's something else y'all want to do?
Yeah, so what I will do is I'll just say, Zeph, I'll get him, don't worry. And then I'll just jump off the side of the rope bridge. Then my wings will come out.
So you do that, and as you start to go towards Zeph, that's when the guards and the captain break out of the cavern entrance. They're following this trail of ink, so they immediately turn towards the side that you're kind of coming up to for Zeph. We're gonna just roll a little test here for you, Actonios. We're getting all the rolls. We didn't get enough rolls last week, so we're just getting all the rolls in today. So many rolls. As me, so these guards and this captain coming up, they're kind of getting to Zeph around the same time as you, so they're gonna face off. I think it's gonna be. This is less of a crazy maneuver than what Zeph pulled off, just running between them and getting that pack. So it's gonna be 2d8s.
Okay.
11.
Ugh.
That's an 11 for you, Mr. Cam.
So I'm trying to figure out what it is that I'm doing. I'm obviously trying to go rescue him, get him out of there. That's what's called an extraction in the military line of work of us stonemasons who are enlisted in Eidolon from a young age. Making this up as I go along, but I'm going to pull the warrior in there because I think it's probably the most appropriate. And I think I am going to use courage. I'm trying to do something brave and heroic here and save somebody. It's not really about my vigor or my grace or anything else. And big-hearted captain and flight.
Heck yeah.
Cool. And
that's a lot of good dice.
Yeah, and I don't think that I'm going to be using... Oracle's Aid isn't really going to help me here. I don't think that's going to probably stick around for long after this session, probably. But anyway, I will roll. Hopefully, I can beat it.
You are gonna beat it. I'm just gonna leave that hitch where it is.
Okay.
For this moment, but that is a heroic success.
Hooray.
So Cam, as you know, these guards with this kind of Conamoran captain behind them, they're rolling around this corner. You're getting there at the same time. Describe what happens from there.
Okay, so I'm flying up to them, and as they're running up and they're about to turn and see where Zeph is, I'm going to point back behind them and say, "No, what on earth is that?" And just sort of like a, "You've got to stop it," in a kind of a very like bellowing kind of way, and keep flying. Grab Zeph and then head off in another direction, around the corner, around the side of the cliff face, and just get him out of their sight.
And you hear like the captain as they round this corner, and they just see this pool of ink where Zeph was sitting and nothing else, and they just see kind of just a tail of you going there. You hear the swearing. I don't know if you speak, the Conamoran tongue, but in that, Lysandra, you definitely hear it. And the group of you all managed to kind of meet back up together as Actonios had kind of gone off to do this. Phoebe had taken the rest of you to take some side stairs down to not the main part of the docks, because you all heard that, the Chimera came on a ship. She takes you off to a side dock where there's just some smaller ships, kind of gets you situated on one. It's not much. It's really not great for ocean travel, but sometimes you take what you can get. And you all manage to gather up together, get in the ship, and as you sail off, you can just see the large trireme. You can see the flag on it and the fire. And you can sense that whatever is on there, whatever evil is influencing the people in this place, it is not happy. And that's where we'll pick up next time.
Awesome.
I was expecting, I had a different thing I was ready for, and that's fine. I thought we'd get some eidolons out today. We didn't. We were in a cave. There's not really room for eidolons, but that means the next time we're on the sea and there's a lot of room for eidolons. Great.
There was a moment I thought about what would happen if I pulled together a gigantic gorgon out of the cave walls.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good way to bury myself forever.
Yeah, I was very worried. I was like, okay, if somebody decides to bring an eidolon into this cave, how are we going to do that? I was very worried, but we didn't do it. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And Joe, can you do some business for us?
Probably not as well as you can. Amazing show, Mellie. Thank you so much. I expect no less of you. You're amazingly talented. I'm always honored to be a part of this really incredible cast. Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you're on Twitch, help us spread the gospel. If you're on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Share the show with your friends. This crew works so hard. William Box, our voice of God, our engineer, busts his butt too, and we really appreciate it. Tales of Zadia on sale for pre-order now. Cortex Prime on sale right now. Links in the description. And don't forget to check out Tales of Zadia during Jasper's Game Week. Mellie, what was that date?
May 7th at 4 p.m. PT.
Make sure you guys mark it in your calendar, check it out, and we'll see you next week. Thanks so much.
Bye.